So, one thing that you can do to sort of frame your professional learning with inquiry is to make sure that when you create your modules and your folders, you're creating an essential question that's kind of open-ended and that's engaging that your learners really are going to see as relevant to their work. So, just as an example, in Module 4 here of this particular course, the essential question that I've created is, in what ways do non-traditional grading practices empower students to manage their own learning? And this is really an inquiry question. It's in the outcomes of the course in terms of its objectives. And then I've just framed it as an essential question that's open-ended and that allows opportunities to explore and evaluate resources. So when you click on Module 4, there's two folders here because there's two different directions to go in terms of this inquiry. Starting with, of course, explicit instructions on how to navigate the playlist is always a good idea. And for this, I generally use a page. Then kind of just a hook which it can sometimes be a supporting question for your inquiry. In this case, the question is, what is a grade? And it's not so much that there's a wrong answer, it's just getting your participants to really kind of explore the inquiry itself and to just kind of hook them into the topic. Then what I do is I provide different resources and opportunities to discuss those resources and really just evaluate them in terms of who is the speaker, who is the author, to what extent is this relevant to my role in the district, and then giving participants an option to engage in that discussion and really think about what was challenging, what kind of shifted my thinking, what were some practical suggestions, what are some questions, like in what ways maybe did this not sit well with me, which again is an opportunity for them to evaluate the resources. Often, once again, I like to give sentence stems so that participants can reply and engage in that discourse with their colleagues. That really helps to kind of give them just some structures in order to engage in that discourse. So then, in order to have kind of an informed conclusion, often what I'll do is I'll give them a tool to create for their actual work, but then to actually get an opportunity to share how they've taken these resources and really drawn some type of informed conclusion that helps them to answer that essential question. The tool that they created is a way for them to kind of take action on what they've learned and actually apply that inquiry learning to their own practices and make it really practical, and then to get to kind of share their thinking with their colleagues. So that's one way that you can frame inquiry when you design your professional learning using Schoology.